Debs.
Laura, how you doing this week?
Oh, I'm doing very well this week. I've been meeting lots of interesting people.
Nice.
Enjoying again the benefits of just taking some quality time for people to be able to process, connect, catch up, because life is full on these days, isn't it, Debs?
It definitely is full on, and you just think, wow, one runs into another, and then you forget what the day is, and then you look at the clock and it's like, how's that gone so fast? And yeah, loads of juggling and bits and bobs to do.
Which is why we thought in the second half of this shape-shifting decade in not only the landscape at work, but life in general, that actually we would build on the programme workshop that we ran for a rail client at the start of the year called Healthy Coping Mechanisms. And that was designed for people that have really quite difficult, stressful situations, emergency situations they're dealing with. And off the back of that, we thought, actually, these are life skills, not, regardless of the industry you're working in. What are some tips and ideas that we can take that enables us to have healthy coping mechanisms when we're dealing with the ups and downs of everyday life? And as last week, when we had the incredible Tom, when there are really big, difficult things that happen, what does that then mean to learn from other people to be able to give us some of those healthy coping mechanisms? And so this one, I think, is going to have a bit of a lighter take on it, isn't it, Debs?
Yeah, it definitely is. We had the privilege of speaking to Lee Everest, as well as his day job. He also DJs and has his own radio station on the side. And it was fascinating to listen to him about how that has definitely helped and supported him over the years. So shall we take a listen, Laura? Welcome back, everyone. As you know, Laura and I have been talking all about healthy coping mechanisms. And as we said right at the beginning, when we started the series, we are talking to people that live and breathe this stuff every single day. And we thought, what better than to hear from people that are in very pressured, stressed jobs, having to react, having to think about what's next, how to do it, planning, prep, all of that stuff. And as part of the workshops that we ran with them all, we had some amazing people speak to us about what they do to help healthy coping mechanisms, to cope well. I get my words out. And therefore, we wanted to get them on our pod. So as you can see, I'm joined by Lee. Hi, Lee.
Hello.
Nice to meet you. Thank you so much for giving up your time. So, Lee, tell us a little bit about who are you, what do you do, and I suppose why is this sort of topic about healthy coping mechanisms super important for you?
Well, I am effectively an air traffic controller for trains.
Okay.
If you were to put it in layman's terms, so I sit in a control centre, I run the railway. It's a high pressure job. It's you've got to be on the ball, you've got to know what you're doing, and you've got to be confident in what you're doing, and you're expected to make decisions that are going to be the best thing for the passenger, for the performance of the train service, for the network.
Yes.
And the main thing is, our main aim is to get everyone home, whether they're heading home or heading to work, is to get everybody to where they're going to safely, as quickly as we can, and as efficiently as we can, and as safe as we can.
Yeah, definitely. Which is
sometimes that means we have to take difficult decisions, and that is cancelling a train, and it's a horrible thing when you have to say, I'm sorry, that train can't go any further, and know there's probably 1,000 people on there going to be booted off. You think that is a horrible thing to do to someone, because I wouldn't want to be there having that done to me, but we have to do it sometimes. So it's a very pressured job. And it's like a big pressure cooker waiting to explode.
Okay.
That's the way to describe it. It's building up and building up and building up. And if you have a run of bad days, because the railway does have bad days, things happen. I mean, I literally, as we speak, yesterday I went to London and I got caught in an incident going up towards London and had to wait. It took me 2 hours to do a 55-minute journey yesterday.
Wow. Okay. Yeah.
And and then going home, somebody I met for some dinner, then was going home to the north-east of England.
Yeah.
We were sitting having a drink before they went, and their train got cancelled because someone got hit by a train.
Oh,
so
gosh.
Then they had to go. You believe it or not, they were going from London to Sheffield, and they went via Doncaster to get home.
Oh wow! Okay,
all the way up to Doncaster,
all the way
back,
up and back again. Yeah,
to get home. Yeah. But it was still quicker, and I sat because I got home and had a look. It was actually quicker than the train from London. So.
Oh really? So so that person still got home. But I think, as you said, you never know, right? What potentially is going to be coming through to you in any one moment, and being able to just, I suppose, have the sense of purpose, mind, knowing what to do, when to do it. I think that's what plays on. So how do you keep your mind healthy enough to cope when something happens? Because you never know what it's going to be, right?
No, exactly. And you need to have a release, you need to have a distraction from it, and you need to have an escape from it.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, I walk a little bit, I watch a bit of TV, I'll lose myself in a film for a few hours, normal stuff. But the thing that I did in 2017, 2018, I think, 2018.
Yeah.
I always wanted to be on the radio as a little boy.
Oh, okay.
I was a little boy and I was sitting in my parents' front room, playing tapes on a hi-fi and CDs, pretending to be a radio DJ and do a little radio show. So there's this thing that happened called community radio.
Right, okay.
Which was a thing that was started by Ofcom, who's the regulator.
Yeah, okay.
And the CMA, who are the Community Media Association. And they started doing this thing called community radio, which was more localised radio for little areas. So it's not like the whole of a county.
Right,
it'll be for a town or a couple of towns.
Okay.
But it was a good way to get into it. So I walked in, I was walking down in the town where I've lived for at least 20 years. I was walking down the town one day and I didn't know we even had one.
Oh, okay.
And I walked past and I said, there's a radio station there.
Yeah.
Is that real? I was like, is that real? Or is it just some sort of... And I had a look in, there was a bloke sitting there.
Oh, okay. Doing his show.
He was doing a show.
Yeah, yeah.
And so I went home. I didn't go in that day. I went home and listened to it. And I kept listening to the station and thought, this actually sounds all right. There's people doing shows. Could I have a go?
Yeah.
So I emailed them. And that was, at that point, I had no escape from the pressure of the job.
Right.
And I needed something. And literally, the door opened for me.
Oh, okay.
And I walked in. I emailed the guy and literally, he took me in. And he interviewed me, and I had to do a little audition, and he showed me how to use all the buttons. And before I knew it, I was doing my own show.
Brilliant. So tell me, what was the difference from having nothing to then finding something that was especially connected to you as a young boy around what you'd always want to do? How has that helped you deal with the pressure and the stress of your everyday?
I used to come home and think about work. I used to come home and think about work. And think about what's happening with this. Did I do that? Didn't I do that? Is he coping with that all right? Have I left him in trouble? And now I come home and I think, right, when am I doing my next radio show?
Right, okay.
And it switches, it's sort of a coping mechanism for switching off, getting away from it. It's like a happy little bubble you go into.
Yeah, nice.
And before I knew it, I had my own home studio. And I'm now this week, I'm recording to show 266 of that program.
Wow, congratulations.
So I don't know how many years that is, 266 shows.
I was going to say, I can say we're probably at 280 episodes and that's taken us 5.5 years. So it's probably
I'm about 4.
Yeah, it's probably around the same time-ish, yeah.
And that wasn't show one for them. I was probably on about show 30 for them.
Right, yeah, got you.
So it's probably more like 290 shows that have actually been done.
Yeah.
And I've baked it into it's now classed as one of the most professional sounding shows that are on the community local
radio
circuit.
Yeah. Wow. And what's your radio station called?
I've got my show is called Dance Party Weekly, which is a brand. It's a show name.
Yeah.
And it's a show that's what we call syndicated. So I thought, how can I get this out?
Yeah.
So a few people wrote to me and said, and I had a chat with a few people that did it themselves. And then I started this work stream. I thought, wow, this is just like taking me away from my day job. It's really like, wow, I'm not having to think about anything.
Yeah, okay.
And it really is a release.
So something that started out for you as, I just need to find something I love and that I want to do, and you just thought, why not? Plus, helping with the pressure, not just at work, but then you had to work your way through all of COVID and reinvent. And this is what we were talking about on the workshop, wasn't it? That our capacity to come back and find another way and make it work for us. But what do you think sits right at the heart of you as to why it is so important for you to be able to have that release with your show, do what you love to do, create, a syndicate radio show that people want? What sits at the heart of that for you?
Because it releases you from that daily thing. It distracts you from that daily pressure, and what sits at the heart of it is the passion of doing it, and it's refocusing you on something. And having a hobby like that, and yes, people call me a hobby jock or whatever you want to call me, but it's having that focus, and you can say, right, today I'm going to do this.
Yes.
Before I had the radio, it was on a day off. Right, what am I doing today? Well, I'll end up going down the cafe, have a fry up, go and get the car wash, get me a haircut, come home and do the garden maybe.
And that was it,
And that was life.
Yeah.
And it was like, it's sort of like, my wife calls it the other woman.
Right.
That's what she says.
She
she's a widow.
knows where to find you though, doesn't she?
She knows exactly where I am. I'm in my little room upstairs.
Yeah.
We've had to sort of manage it. It's important when you do a thing like this as well, when you do something outside of your normal work and your normal relationship, that you actually find time to have your normal life as well.
Yeah. So how have you done that? Because I think that's so important, because people do throw themselves in and forget that they have others around them. How did you create that harmony, I suppose?
At first, not very well, because I threw myself into it. I was out every day. I was out at weekends. I mean, my God, I was out doing outside stuff. But we have got a set of, my better half and I have got a set of ground rules with it.
Nice.
And so rule number one is I'm not doing it after home time at night. When my better half comes in, that's it. I'm not doing it after
that's it.
home time.
Right, yeah,
It's
okay.
finished for the day, put it away, don't do anything with it.
And when you think about how that sits at the heart of you, and I love the fact you said the boundaries you've created as well. Talk to me a little bit more about how they've helped in looking after you, but also the people around you.
So we create the boundaries around it. There's not set times to do it, but it's times when you don't do it. There's times that are our time.
Nice.
But we also do stuff together. We make sure we put stuff in to do together.
Yes.
We don't. It's not, I'm off out down the pub. I'm off to see the football this afternoon. See you on Tuesday, sort of thing. It's more like, we'll book some stuff to do together. So we'll book to go to see a London show, or we'll book to go and have some lunch together. And we'll put a booking in. We won't just say, oh, maybe we'll go for some lunch up the town next week.
Yeah.
We actually book a slot at a restaurant to go in and sit down and have a lunch together and a drink.
Nice.
And we'll go to a London show. We'll go like holidays, for instance. Holidays, everybody does that, but we'll make and the one rule is on holiday, we go on holiday, work and the radio get left at home.
Nice.
I do currently do 35 radio shows a week for various different, as well as my 2 syndicated programs. I do another 33 individual shows for radio stations.
Yeah, okay.
And I used to be, when I first did it, when I threw myself into it, I will do my radio for next week on the day before we go on holiday. So I'll spend all day and evening sitting there doing radio shows.
Instead of packing.
So they're all going out next week when I'm not here.
Yeah.
But now I put a boundary in with the radio people and say, no, that is my week off. I'm not doing anything for you that week.
Yeah.
And what you have to remember is a lot of this is on a voluntary basis.
Of course, yes.
So you have to say to them, and you have to set boundaries, because people who are running voluntary organisations will. I'm not saying it's a bad thing to do something voluntarily, because it's a really good thing, but they will try and get what they can out of you. So you've got to put your boundaries in. You've got to say no.
Yeah. Yes.
I'm not available then. That's my time off.
Yeah.
I'll see you in a week's time.
Yeah. No. And I think that's really important, because if you're naturally enjoying something you're doing, and I suppose, and you want to give over your time, and you're helping people and you're getting people through it, you're right. But if you don't look after yourself, you can't keep doing what you're doing.
Right.
So talk to me a bit about, Lee, when you're in the workspace and you hear people that haven't got anything outside of their work, how do you, I suppose, encourage them is the word I would use, to think about hobbies in particular? How do you start to have a conversation with somebody about the impact it can have on their mental health? How do you start that? Because there must be people that don't do anything outside of work occasionally.
I mean, I know people where I work who are just workaholics.
Right, okay.
They'll literally work every hour that they can.
Right.
Luckily, the industry I'm in is we're bound by a lot of fatigue rules and safety rules.
Yeah.
And so we can't do over a certain amount of hours.
Yeah.
So because of that, there are people that will maximise that and work to the limit and then have a day off and then carry on again.
Right, yeah.
And I say to them, well, what do you do out of here then? And they say, well, I don't know really. Well, okay. I said, look at what I've done. I said, I used to be like you.
Yeah, okay.
And have a look at this. Look at what, and I show them. I say, this is me. Here's me sitting in a radio station. Oh, do you do the radio? Yeah, I do.
You create conversation.
I never knew you did that. I said, well, have a listen to my radio show.
Yeah.
Have a listen. So moving on from that, now I'm delving into a different part of radio. Mm-hmm. I'm actually a director of a new radio station. I'm one of 4 directors of a new radio station that's opening.
Okay.
It's opened. It's been on air for about 2 years now, but it's where we've just made it a community interest company, and me and the managing director, so 2 of us did all the work for that to get it through.
Wow. Okay.
It's been a hard slog and a real learning curve of legalities, working our way through Companies House, the government, everything like that, and becoming a community interest company. So then now the next stage is we are going to get a studio. We're going to buy somewhere, or we're going to rent somewhere to have a studio set up. Okay. So I'm delving into a different branch of it now. I'm managing a radio station as well as managing my own shows.
Yeah, that's
I'm managing a radio station.
So who would have thought you would have expanded into that world when you were like that young kid? Really, never. And I suppose for you, it's that. What I suppose it's thinking about that release. You're in a high pressure job. You do loads. You have to react. You hand over to somebody else who comes in and takes over. Then you can go and do what you love doing. So if you were to share something with our listeners about the importance of having a hobby for you, what's the biggest difference it has made for you?
It's been a release. It's been something. It's been like I said earlier. It's been a little happy place to go to.
Your happy bubble.
When times are hard.
Yeah.
When you're having a hard day. I mean, you have hard days. Doing shift work, you have hard days.
Sure.
My hardest days. You have hard days when you do nights.
Yeah.
Working overnight is hard.
Yeah.
I've been doing it since I was 17. I'm nearly 47 now.
Yeah.
And I've been doing shift work since I was 17, so I'm used to it. But working those night shifts are, especially the first one, it's not so bad once you do a few, but the first one is the hardest.
Yeah, I bet.
And you can get very, very low with it when you are doing it. And especially when you're doing night shifts in the winter months when it's dead, like middle of winter.
Yeah.
It's dark when you get home and you go to bed. It's dark when you get up.
Yeah, I bet.
You don't see unless you jump out of bed about 2 hours early. You don't see any daylight.
Yeah.
And it can be very depressing and very, very demoralising.
Yes.
So to then be able to go and do this, to think, oh, actually, I'm going to sit and talk on the radio for an hour and be happy and talk about I'm a celeb, go dating, or I'm married at first sight. I'm going to talk about what Alison Hammond was wearing this morning. Or
love that.
Did you see that comment Richard Madeley made? How close to the mark was that? Replay it, and that. Having to do that makes you smile a little bit.
Yeah, that's true.
And then take you on to the next shift, and you can take that nice.
That's so neat.
And you've always got a story to tell as well. That's the other thing about being on the radio. You've got a story. You've always got a story to tell someone about something. So you can be talking. I mean, I've interviewed some celebrities now. I've had access to interview celebrities.
Nice.
Fred Sirieix off of First Dates. I've spoken to him. I've interviewed him. He's a really nice guy. I interviewed Curiosity Killed the Cat.
Oh my God, Ben.
Yeah. I've interviewed Clark Dacula.
Right, okay.
I've spoke to the late Dario G before he died.
Oh, okay.
Had him on. Sonic.
Oh, right. So you've had some real good conversations with people as well, which you wouldn't necessarily have had you not pursued your hobby and built on it?
I'd have never met them. But I've also interviewed the serious people as well. I've had county councillors on.
Sure.
I've had mayors on, local councillors. I've had people talk about mental health issues.
Yeah.
I love getting it because I love doing an interview with the radio, and I love getting in someone who is not the norm.
Yes. Yeah. Yes.
Not talking about I don't know. Not talking about bad backs or talking about music. Especially music people are great if you're doing that sort of program. To have a music person on. But if you're doing a program where you're covering a variety of issues, getting someone on to talk about the stigmas of LGBTQ+,
yes,
talking about
real stuff,
autism. I had an autism last week. I did one about a local autism support group.
Right. Okay.
And you get shocked the things they tell you about what happens in their world, and you think, well, if I can help you a little bit here, and you're helping people as well. If I can help you a little bit, raise awareness by doing this, let's do it.
Why not? Yeah, exactly. And I think that's what came out, wasn't it? When we were talking about that, the whole feeling of community was something really important. And what I loved was I noticed with quite a few people in the groups that we had was that being able to give something back and help others, like you've just said, and raise awareness to it, which is, one of the things we were doing was around raising the awareness to being able to look after yourselves well so that you could perform in the way that you needed to. So that's amazing.
I love raising awareness about stuff people don't like talking about as well. The things that people are, the no-go things, the things that people don't really want to talk about, the things that people might think are a bit funny. I like to get those people on and say, look, these are what is it you're about? Tell us about you.
Yeah, have a conversation.
Like the autism support lady I had last week. Tell us about what you do in the community.
Yeah, because some people just don't know, do they?
No. And they you wouldn't believe it, but the amount of autistic children out there that are being called naughty children.
Oh gosh, okay.
Still. And parents, look at them, they're not in control of that child.
Right. So, and it's that, I suppose that's the bit, isn't it? Is how do we keep the awareness going? And part of what you're doing in relation to coping with yourself and managing well, to be healthy, to do your job, is to raise the awareness of how your hobby has made a massive difference to your mind health and your mental health. And thinking about, how do we keep moving that forward? So if you were to give our listeners a call to action when it comes to hobbies, finding something that's going to let you escape from the day to day, what would be your call to action? What would be your encouragement?
Think about what you want to do and go for it. Don't be frightened to go and ask for it.
Yeah.
I was frightened to ask for things.
Yeah.
I was that person. I didn't want to go into, oh God, I'm going to go in there and talk about that. Or I don't know what they'll say to me if I do that. But after I did the radio thing, my self-confidence is like, if it was at 20 when I first did it, it's now at 100.
Wow, that's amazing.
I used to be very insular and worry about things.
Okay.
I used to get quite low mentally.
Right.
And it's helped me through that.
Yeah,
and it's helped me through some bad times. It's helped me through breaking that confidence barrier and being able to talk to people.
Yeah, sure.
I can now walk up to anybody and talk to them. I'm not frightened to.
And you wouldn't have done that necessarily before.
And it's done that for me.
Yeah,
so
that's amazing.
the thing I'd say is don't be frightened to go and do it. If you want to go and work in a food bank once a week, go and speak to them.
Yeah,
because they'll happily have you there.
Definitely.
They'll happily have you at a donkey sanctuary or a dog walking place. Somebody I know walks dogs. Somebody I know at work volunteers to walk dogs a few times a week at a local sanctuary or local rehoming place, and he loves it because he hasn't got to have the pressure of taking the dog home, but he gets to spend time with the dog.
Absolutely. So it's best of both worlds, isn't it? So Lee, I just want to say a huge thank you for giving up your time. I think it's been invaluable to recognise the connection between community, helping others, leaving work at work, coming home, doing something you really love. So I just want to say a massive thank you for your time, Lee. It's been a real pleasure to speak to you, and your words of wisdom will certainly help support others with, getting to think about what hobby can I do. So thanks ever so much,
Absolute
Lee.
pleasure. Thanks very much for having me on.
Care. You're very welcome. See you later.
Cheers.
What a great reminder about how if you've got a job that things happen that your brain can take home with you, like a job like Lee has, as he described himself as like an air traffic controller for the rail industry, which I thought was a brilliant description. Or if you've got a job like mine and yours, where to put the laptop lid down and actually leave work where it is and not sort of carry it around with you. Sometimes what can help with that life-work boundary is having a reason, having something else to go to, and if that's not a caring responsibility or more work that you need to do, a hobby, just to give your free child, your inner child, some space to play. I thought that was a brilliant reminder. And to prioritise hobbies as not just when you've got spare time, but to use that time wisely.
Yeah, definitely. It was so good, wasn't it? And I think just listening to him, you could feel his passion for it and his energy. And the thing that he'd always wanted to do, he's now able to do as well as. And it's a great balance for him as well, being able to cope really well. So I really enjoyed it. So I thought my call to action was off the back of what he said, would have been to create your own playlist. We sort of linked it when he's DJing, but I would get your own Lift Me Up playlist curated. You can do it so easily now. And whenever you feel like that's your go-to songs or tunes that lift you, then make sure they're accessible for you. So create your own playlist would be my call to action, Law.
Love that, Debs. And I think linking on with that, my share the secret would be some of these things are like nostalgic. And it's taken you back to a previous time where maybe life felt a bit easier, younger, less responsibilities. So I think if you've got a friend who at the moment is saying they feel overwhelmed with work, or all they've got is work going on in their lives, and maybe the rest of their life is full of responsibility as well, just nudging that person to put something in the diary, resurrect a hobby, just something that gives your brain some diversity and variety. And what that then does is it just takes away the impact those difficult, stressful moments of the job can have when you're falling asleep that night and your brain's got more than just the job to process. You've got more than just your work life as a way to give you identity and energy. So putting it on the schedule. But sometimes you need a mate to remind you of that, to empower you and give you permission to do that.
Yeah, definitely. And so far, I've just loved chatting because, these are, like us, real people living their lives and finding ways and guiding, and showcasing that you can do things that enable you to cope really, really well. And I just loved having the conversation. So I can't wait till our next couple of conversations come along either, Law. So that'd be exciting.
I know, Debs. And I think I'm really looking forward to our final one in our 4-part focus of healthy coping mechanisms, which is going to take a team approach. So what does it mean then as a team to be able to together cope with the difficult, stressful, potentially traumatic moments, depending on the type of role that your team is working in? What does that mean in terms of as a team being able to cope well together? So Debs, I really hope that your working week ahead is full of playlist and not difficult moments.
It definitely is. I love a playlist. Yeah, I literally have.
Inspire me, Debs. What's a song that at the moment, like, you would put on after maybe a difficult or tiring day? What would be a bit of music that is lifting you up right now?
So right now, it's got to be Uptown Funk by Bruno Mars. Just random, I know. I love his most recent one, but that one as well, it comes on, and every time I hear that over the last couple of weeks, it certainly lifts you. And you can't help but sing along. Not that I can sing, but yeah, that would be mine.
Secrets of a Coach, available for harmonies right now. Mute quickly. Don't listen. But yeah, so that's one of them at the moment. Yeah. Love it. Well, my go-to for the last couple of years is if ever I'm feeling a little bit wobbly or a bit kind of nervous about a big event about to start, the entry tune I always put on is James Brown, The Boss.
Yes, you do.
And there's just something about that tune, no matter what age you are, no matter what background you come from, there's something about that tune. It is just a cool tune. And I think I must have linked it to, right, here we are, We're in that moment. They're only people. Don't be scared of them. Come on, let's have a great working day. Yeah. So that is my go-to tune.
Boss it, Laura. That's it. You boss it.
Boss it.
Love it. Well, I look forward to next week's conversation as well, Laura. Yeah. Look after yourself.
And also, Debs, there is something quite a buzz of having James Brown as my warm-up act.
I love that. Bring it on, Laura. Why not? Why not?
Oh my God, there you go.
Make it happen. Oh, I'm going to download that track now and put that on my playlist.
Oh, have a fabulous week.
You too, lovely.
Love you.
Bye.
We hope you've enjoyed this podcast. We'd love to hear from you. Email us at contact@secretsfromacoach.com or follow us on Insta or Facebook. If you're a Spotify listener, give us a rating as it's easier for people to find us. And if you want to know more, visit our website, www.secretsfromacoach.com, and sign up for our newsletter. Here to cheer you on and help you thrive in the ever-changing world of work.